Hey everyone, welcoming you all. So today in this video we are going to talk about the Article 12 of the Indian Constitution. So we are going to define what is the definition of state under the Article 12 of Indian Constitution in a simple manner possible. So the definition that talks about state embodied in the Article 12 of the Indian Constitution. So when we talk about the historical background, when the Britishers were there, so such concept was never there. It's after the independence that we got the definition of state under the Article 12 of Indian Constitution. So the definition says in this part, unless the context otherwise requires, the state includes the government and parliament of India, and the government and the legislature of each of the states, and all local, which is municipalities, panchayat, district boards, improvement groups, etc., or other authorities within the territory of India or under the control of the government of India. So this is the definition given regarding state under Article 12 of the Indian Constitution. So, when we see about the requirements and ingredients that the Article 12 have, it's these four. First, government and Parliament of India that can be considered as state. Again, the government and the legislature of each of the states will also be called as state, and all local authorities such as municipalities, panchayat, district boards, improvement trust, and other such categories will be listed under all local authorities and or other authorities within the territory of India or under the control of government of India. So here as you can see the term other authorities is ambiguous and therefore it doesn't have any particular definition or what are the other authorities that will fall under this term. So other authorities here is mentioned in an ambiguous way, therefore it is interpreted in many cases. So this is the basic definition of the state that is mentioned under Article 12 of Indian Constitution, which embodies these four ingredients or these four requirements. Now let's see what is the local authorities mean. So here I have written a statement that is MP lives in Dubai. M goes for municipalities, P goes for panchayats, lives in Dubai. DNB is interlinked, so D stands for district, B stands for board. So this way we can remember what are the local authorities that can be fall under the local authorities term. So let's understand the local authorities term in a simple manner. So according to Webster Dictionary, authorities means a person or body exercising power to command. So in general, the authority term defines that a person or a body which exercise some power and which has the power to command over other people. So in this normal language, the authorities can be understood as given in the Webster Dictionary. So now talks about in the context of Article 12, it is embodied in the Constitution of India. So again here Article 12 means an authorities meaning the power to make laws, orders, regulations, bylaws, or notification, etc. So here in Article 12, the authorities means the kind of authorities who have the power to make laws or the power to make orders, regulation, bylaws, or notification. All these terms should be there in order to make a thing a local authority according to Article 12, which have the force of law and the power to enforce those laws. So this is the meaning of local authorities in the simple manner and also in the context of Article 12. And what are the local authorities that we can remember? We can remember by remembering these statements. MP lives in Dubai. And again, as I said, and for municipalities, P for panchayat lives in Dubai. D stands for district and B stands for district board. So this way we can remember some of the authorities that falls under the local authorities term. So let's come to the other authorities. As I said, the term has not been explained in a proper manner in the article itself. Therefore, it has been interpreted in many cases, in many ways. So let's talk about one particular case, that is University of Madras versus Santavai. So here he is Santavai and this is the university he was studying. So the decision in this case was given by Madras High Court held that Other authorities could only indicate authorities of a like nature. For example, adjustum generis of the same kind. So constitute it could only mean authorities exercising governmental or sovereign functions. It could not include persons, natural or juristic, such as university, unless maintained by the state. So here, what happened? In this case, Supreme Court has said that a university will not be considered as an authority under the authority's term. And here, what happened? Adjustum generis rule was applied. What does that mean? That is of the same kind. So here, as we can see, there are four requirements that makes a state, or there should be these four things present in order to become a state. In absence of these four things, that particular thing will not be considered as state. So, as we can see, all these have a kind of similar link. Before the local authority, it is government and parliament in India, the government and the legislature of each of the states. That means they kind of hold such an authority which is governmental or sovereign in nature. So by seeing or by seeing the other alike things, the Madras High Court stated that university does not have such kind of requirements that makes a state. Therefore, declined by stating that university will not be considered as a state. Whereas the given decision is not exclusive and therefore the term other authorities has been interpreted in many cases. In some cases, the court has said that this can be fall under the list of categories under the list of state, and some say that it will not fall under the list of state. So this is just an example I have stated. So there are various cases, and again this is a topic of a controversy. So now let's talk about another case. It is Ramana Dairam Shetty versus the International Airport Authority of India. Again, this is an important case in this manner. So what happened in this case? The decision was given by stating that if a body is an agency or instrumentality of government, it may be an authority under Article 12. So how we will know that if the authority is an agency or an instrumentality of the government? So how we will testify that, or how we will determine that? So in this case, the court has come with various points or various tests or various points that can be said that if the elements is present, the authority will be considered under the other authority listed in the Article 12 of the Indian Constitution. So it says financial resources of the state is the chief funding source. For example, the entire share capital of the corporation is held by government. Existence of deep and pervasive state control. The authority should have the control of the government. Functional character being governmental in essence. The function of the corporation of public importance are of public importance closely related to the governmental function. A department of government is transferred to the corporation whether the corporation enjoys monopoly status, which is state conferred or state protected. So in order to identify whether the authority holds all the necessities or not, these are some of the points that the court has come up with in this case. Therefore, it has known as a kind of landmark case in this manner. So now let's talk about the applicability of Article 12. So Article 12, the relevance is only related to Part 3 of the Indian Constitution or Part 4 of the Constitution. Other than these two, Article 12, the definition that has been mentioned, will not cover the other stuff of the Indian Constitution. So let's talk about these articles that I have mentioned. So when we see about Article 13, Article 13 talks about that any law which will contravene fundamental rights or try to abridge fundamental rights made by state will be declared as unconstitutional. So here the word that has been repeated, that is state. Again, Article 14, that is right to equality, it says that the state shall not make any laws which will abridge or curtail the right to equality of citizens. Again, 15 says that there should be no discrimination in any laws made by the state. Again, there should be equal opportunity of employment in laws made by the state. So therefore, the definition of state has to be made clear before we go in depth in knowing the other articles as well. So that's why Article 12 explicitly talks about the definition of state. As I said, Article 12 only deals with Part 3 and Part 4 and is available against the state. So when we go to know that Article 12 or the state is making any kind of law which is discriminatory in nature, we can file a case against the state. So this is all about Article 12 which talks about the definition of states. Now let us know how we can remember the definition of state in a simple manner. As you can see, I have written here as equal to 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's easy for us to remember the numerical or the numbers from 1 to 4, right? So as here you can write as or state as a whole word equal 1, 2, 3, 4. So 12 is basically the article that defines what is state, and it is applicable only regarding to part 3 and part 4 of the Indian Constitution. So this way we can link Article 12 or the definition of state to part 3 and part 4. So that is all about the state and applicability of state. I have tried to explain it in a simple manner. Hope you have understood. We will be meeting soon with another video and we will explain the other details in the easiest way. So that's it. Thank you for watching the video.